Ebusia for Emma Kwaba. And then 2nd July. Yes, just second half na say ano nti. Obi bia na why nentem. Enche kro na yedi nkomo bi na akame ase bia na nse me kae. Me san ahya ase biem. Ghana ni bia se bo moden na sua local language fufuro kan de ho. Nti se wo ye fante a na wa penzema bi dia aka ho. Se wo ye ga na wa pe eve na de aboso. Eye fine papa. Mo so ko ba bi wa manfo se o yinua na aba no. Na enye yetimi tukọ mamamfo kuro so na yakosuo mo kasa na enso so yete ha ye kana ye hwe omunim to sa Kofi Akwaba bese me promote local languages obi enso bi ehia pa na me yada me fari nti mitimi nka ese meyire me ho
omle me no we share isa yare ba no because one of the problems are more say kasabi like enkran kasadi by now I should be speaking it oh me ya bibi on meka bia me tibet kasa no pa mu ni de me bue ma no aka ne de
is it omenso say a republic o ye nyina a one nation enti there was a bibi o mu bia ne nyina ye share sa national unity well e be ka well abusia fa do pay yenu Kofi Adams deputy general secretary NDC e wa ha ya share nkomo twetwe na ase ano ye ka say 1441 Kofi eno ye first July ye Republic Day no na the ya ye say ya no senior citizens day eno minim say you see who no na ye ka eno ho asem die ye ka no kakra na ye dia ebo so say eno akro na so ye Republic Day no na ye nya group bi so omo so ye demonstration omo so mo twen aban adwene e dia si ni ma bebre so nti ebra Republic Day no e koso wo fa no na demonstration so e kofa na the ma demonstration ye a little bit you say group no so omo ye non partisan feel mo ye so mo ye middle class dem say no wan kasa hu bi wa unuanom Kofi Capito num is ankuma no imani for amanfo bebre no mo koso obo twen aban adwene si ni ma bi so question amanfo bi sa ne say asani ma we dey ya twen aban adwene si so no we no ebe boss ama aban hu say problem no wo ho ana say just an added on ana eno ho asem so ba nti ye sha say ye di Republic Day ni ye de no so abom prekonti ye ndi nkobo kakra ye ka manfo bi 1441 wait me do adwen kire aba Kofi ye di nkobo
yo ma minche omo amutie ya no pe won so awhwe wo UTV so no am the program here come up the way we arrange the morning package is really very good and well loaded.
Yeah, that's
obe cheap program no from the beginning to the end. No be you know now one me why you ready for the day and I really associate with the quality of program and quality of guests I would do one back for on we show. I think you are doing very well.
We endorsement no.
Demonstration no. And Republic Day, the very important day. Yebe mark the once we are still alive and as a country. Once we are seeing baby because the contribution here yen na nanum ana omo still in penny for no motas no mo contribution or the be drew baby ayewe. And they say yenya sadan na yetum frefrem home. You know, only dinkita one. I think very good and very relevant. Near Akano, or they create some institutional arrangement such that omo adjoin power more as in penifon or more bev kwambia from time to time no you able to ma consult one to take to buy into those ideas because you won't penifon bebre wa ha one of the concerns are more reason they don't omunya opportunity to be able to feed into the system adwin power more kekere binya from time to time maybe move friend one or more radio so TV so no more bekasa from time to time muti on adwin chere and so on and so forth people like Dr. KB Asante na more ka ho uta omunya chance on some radio to speak on some issues but not many of them ebinumu ho just even if you nyansa elderly persons in the rural communities omo now very good and wonderful ideas so I believe that quite apart from the sadano yebi hia hon ye no bedidi ye benom we must create a system ebeboa on mine ankasa once they are not dead yes and credit baby age now we do it a juma the way I no omuntumi ye no sir, but it doesn't mean that they don't have some institutional memory ebeboa or mine.
Ahode no munni.
Yeah, but ahode no munni, but agini dey still for many of them in their field of operations. Anything that they be aka there say penyi wo fia then oye. Enti ebi ho a okọ omo ka sema modern stage bi a yenka de o yenko hu abrante no yes yenko hu abrewa.
Yeah.
Abrewa here meaning that not necessarily in terms of but the assumption is that who drew a certain age or wisdom. That's why they've used the term yenko hu abrewa, meaning that let's go and consult like the way a junior every free abrewa hobeba no, even if we are young. By the time you make your final pronouncement, you know, any as if there it is Abrewa speaking. So it tells you that Omo will be Papa Mai. So let's create room. Good. This time around, Omo are now even up to the district levels.
Okay.
But yen fan beyond the 1st July Senior Citizen Day keke. Na yen fan call a little bit higher in terms of consulting them.
And Kofi San ebe si aye adwuma. Say you betima institutionalize and you betima ya idea esi ho. Now if you no address this issue we say yakoye o man bia obi gbo akokora ase ye de sere numpo ase oh we nyina broso in politics eba obi timi ka se be na me ya brante we de ono ya akokora eba football mu a the same thing. Say oh we are we giant olele no we giant ase ye bu enyini animtia nti no ye be de na ye yisade no because e bia wo kwa man bi mu a omomfa enipa anyi no eni agrokra but ye wo sade no wa ha senti we suggest say kwan ben so ne be fa so ye no.
Indeed, through even this WhatsApp on video be the Mbrewa bi or one village somewhere in the East Africa ho baby we nyini pedro a certain age na bibi koso wo ukromo ana ufia also na we be ye we sadi. Yeah, I think it's
one of those
areas.
Yeah.
Ebi wo ye men so unyini drew stage bi pe
what done before
that what done before and they be omo de be house especially man because we are told that the physiological changes be air cause one system sometimes leads to some psychological behavior be makes it look like omo ye nyama be enye normal as if they are insane or more as if they are bodam bibi sa especially when they are going through the menopausal syndrome in confront ya say obeju nde o e dia ya beyi. So the women suffer it most. Now what they yi free system now they say obi nyina the person has a lot to share with us because they be your case of yes penyin obi nyeda abofra de yin na. So once the person is ahead of you no nipa na ye nyama bia either has led positively or also in a negative way. So nipa no ko tia baby ma anko year the person can advise that hey ahana make fire anye year maminti memfa ho nipa no so fa baby na say ye obutuma ka che de wo fa ha ebeye den ebeye because me ahana me fire ma ade ne ye. So we must celebrate our elderly. That those times minia wo kotina boss mu na penyi bi bana onya baby ntina quickly you get up and give or even any public place now the penyi bi bape you get up and give the person this but in the entisa
the crowd will be to my catcher some batch na mete ha why
nipa no tumi tina sorry or samba back na penyi bi also me na mete ha ana nipa na sheda I focus on what's up here why as if they
until case
it's not helping. A man bebre I will call even their parks sitting place I will do much like give rights to the aged and then the physically challenged aged and physically challenged yenya bibi sa ma yem fa
yem basa kufigana ha ye buya ho se ye buade pa o
unfortunately no ye mostly the opposite of what this even cleanliness we feel that we are so clean and so abontina ko here obi num ice water pe na wa drop paper no on the street meanwhile nipa no sorry also I'm clean how can you I don't want any dirt around me
no address come
no address come on
yeah
odi kodunu wie pe then he drops it because he doesn't want to hold the peel because doing there okita it means he's dirty
yeah
that is not being clean who drop one ice water paper wa ha obi so be chom na so hu there o obi a drop bia no so a drop ni there from one is become two nip third one no so be chom no so a drop fourth one now oh samba back o ba betu no bebre no so oh Ghana is dirty papa why is Ghana so dirty
forget
the one who dey wo mu na we chance
I see.
So we need really to live and do what we think we should and what we desire to reach. And then one of our biggest problems, look, we all know answers to a lot of the problems that but
talking point never doing point.
Never doing. It's like those times you was secondary school now your book be omumma question na answer wo the last pages.
Okay.
But method no nka ho. And maybe answer no dey wo be hu.
Na kwa be fa so
be kwa wo be fa so akonya answer no na hu. Na yenya teacher bi a mo de ne ba tubaba type of teachers e bi ono ukoye oma question na because near method ni nim na ontumi ye no o ma kepe mo nye corrections because so better this is the answer but the process to pass in getting the answer no ontumi nchro so as for the answers no dey ye nim obi are expecting so obi are expecting regular electricity supply obi are expecting regular then oil obi are expecting good roads obi are expecting exceeding the be solid obi are any obi are no expectation and na won say that one is very easy yen na ye nim ya expect
enche be kan no so kro ho asem sisi
but processor ye be farmer yenya side no we are all not majority are not willing to go through that process now.
Okay.
And then yeah problem.
But say o pese Kofi Adam say o call for say yen san mu yen penimfo. Nti say o pese o say we need method na your book bi wo ho your friend courtesy for boys and girls. They say we man kro bitimi akan bi because you sware na e kan say we be bisa say adentina yenye bibisa o program so. Say penny ba e wo say wo gina nchen and then oh ba no okoda no so ba
no
yes
be cry makra no even on our roads tike ye dey here or even in our driving obi hu dey wo car bakra no so yiniti a obe face so
yes
either because of feel dey ne car no yes small maybe obotuma fa through and ne car no so sen wodinti or the indiscipline the values are dropping reflecting on our roads.
Yeah, it's true.
Reflecting on the way we drive on our roads, the way we do everything. Ne ina ka ho yesisia dan on waterways. Ye bibiama course. I believe that yensan call back. Yes,
orientation.
Yeah, reorientation.
Okay. Well, abusiafo yesu no mo ka kire se wo hia pani na se wo se che tuche no. Aje se bibi yare bi na how dey an na wasre no kwan se me pese me hye se wo kona mpanimfu mi no di nkomo na pese wo kasa ba ko ho a wodi kan sre the other one no se mpacho pese me ne bra ko fi kasa enye se wo ko ya pe no akotwe nsa na de no ko mumi yenhwe sa de ne hia pa wo no papa kasa yemso yesisi ni nyina no ye kire yen ene de ase twem ene wo kasa akora no ho na wo say okay all right ene yo enti saa ni mani nyina na yese nkyire buo na so pese da che wo mabu a won so bu o papa eno maame e kai roman fo ase bi wo se ma wani so wakora na wabre wa na wanya kwantenten asase awurade wonya nkopon de be ma wo no so eno no ye mu kotu free bible mu nti eno ho asem na no pay ye ka no Kofi Demo Rocks Accra on 1st July oba daily guide animu a Ebeka no so I haven't resigned the Chini Beka who answer. What's up demo hits Flagstaff House. Now this time around so all demonstration were they different like they say as a nipa no ye from a class of people be
Yeah.
And we calling for Ghana for na. No matter man penny adwene sinima ebire so. In fact, Chronicle back page there or the full text no abaho. Aha anti me hwese metimi ayi me we se but nsema mo ka no. Nsema da bia ye ka no bia omo so amama penny ommo ne ho so kakra. Onye wild. Na kofi ojindi say as of man no e wo say ye wild power.
Oh sure. O man bia o say ye wild na Ghana so ye wild na.
Oh yes, so say ye wild.
Oh of course.
I don't want to say I can say I say
and then be na omo ye but na me aye ha menim demonstration no cause so fine na me ti there omo pame asamo abatin free ho there omo mpe politician we tie video na politician be aye mpe politician
okay man to say bit no asabi kobi ono pamo no presidential aspirant pa
yeah there omo mpe politician but wo hem foyin no a me hu na video agima wa ha
wa sa say be wa nkose a politician
na some about on ko ro na say there ko no o she
okay so what Fredia na
Fredia we call page 25 daily guide
okay
na Fredia agima being controlled by the police na Fredia agima onye vice chairman MPP wa Eastern Region now here then na omo ben one particular presidential aspirant allow one even though they are also key politicians now as a more about in there no ko ho na more permanent enti ama ebinum ka dey akwede the demonstration here more like aspirant being crofo
sir
that is what people are
really?
Saying. I thought that sacking as a more about in ambo video now go viral we call YouTuber we be video no ho we don't want the police we don't want but the year then na Fredia Ajumade no oben so close to one of the aspirants now whom from penphobia or mukoye they are closer to one aspirant now one day you allow them
kofi so obi abagana have for woni aspirant to kra wontimi monedi me say aspirant to kra wontimi monedi because obi na obi afi na obi hwe program no aspirants
no no obi anim then na Fredia Ajumade na do don ko akufo ade muko they actually they even relate.
It is all amount for fun.
Yes, all amount for fun. They then no more pama some more but in there, but more allowed enough for the judgment. So I no so ye politician maybe or ye vice chairperson of NPP of a party. On ba hobby. Now as a more but in crowd, no say a crowd no aspire to even become possibly a party as a ni forms crowd no fan koye. So in terms of labeling politician crowd, you to me label as a more but currently as holding any key partisan position. I feel na all play there. No forms crown fan call but the idea no kita position.
No, and negative position.
The idea of any partisan, meaning yin free her because it was a partisan gathering. A partisan
really
gathering. Yeah. Because
in spite of say civil society groups be more wow aligned to political party Imani for example
Imani and that is why I thought that one of our issues or Murizi very very good point the over politicization of socio-economic issues along partisan lines nke under normal circumstances na nkomo there President John Dramani Mahama odrum brebi no siden yen nyina as Ghana for no yen hia wo senchi nsema ya keka no wo political platforms ya ko kanidie ya kanidie ya se ma yen nyina yen hia wo fa ko na yen fa adwen na yen ka de sei na ye beye no ebinum party bi wo manum ye ho adwen de omo de omo nko and this demonstrators no more consensus to do with that they should also have been addressing our party no more imagine there president ma direct the yen nyina yen hia so man na yen jai sa politicization ebinum ye ho adwen de omo meka they will continue their partisan politicization of economic issues
na kofi so ma capture no petition no entinya address no bi no mo address sa
in America there so they should be addressing it to people who are directly who have decided that continually no omo be create partisan discussions on socio-economic issues omo mfa solutions mbawo it's easy to criticize earlier example na mema wa obi abetu mama answer because answer was the end of the textbook but method na ye fa ya ma ye de kodru this and nipa no fama omuka also insuo hu wa omo insuo hu problem yeah no kre they ye won insuo problem was some of the areas but nyamesi yen ka no kre aben ba ye no say ye be ka no kre pa dia insuo ye one area omo ye den omo invest so much yes yen nya wie ye a effect
because I don't maybe say you effect na
men ka na no ya president an come ampon wan ko commission insuo abutuma feed over 90,000 people were area where almost about 42 to 50 communities are more area one omo benya so pan wujin dey na wo come ampon na wo ka che won dey aban ye bibia about insuo asema omo betie wa na o meka dey bi enye no kure enti ye insuo wo mampon no na ye hospital wo maybe baby foforo ye hospital baby foforo na ye si school dan wo baby foforo ye school dan wo ha no na ye car kwan wo baby foforo ye ntumi ye nin na atego
like they say ye adwuma
oh now of course
and say ye adwuma so a pace no sa na wo say eko
pinia you do according to your capacity senka ye se method na America no senka maybe ye to abama na wo be president na o mine de sunsun bia beche o mu aye magic wakotena wa na waka appear na appear the senka no kwa na ye de ya nka be very easy
but say Kofi say politicians na platform so sometimes no kasa no akwa say omukuta wand bi omo buy appear
no
sometimes kasa no sa na net
maybe people may feel that way that politicians are not different from you a politician no onye different from who TK what he
sir
enye different from
politicians some of them no heavy power
they are not different
celebrities
what bisa wo dey if you when I was young na me requested for bibi from major nomina omunya mamia then I thought that they have the capacity to be able to do it. They have just been wicked. They don't want to give me meanwhile almost struggle to get things going Mingini ya middle stage I so no woman middle stage of going to school and when they come and I'm trying my best but according to them no, my best is not enough and I mean no I was so ungrateful to
and unfair
to my parents who drew stage and I will be look we've seen governments upon governments Omoka electricity was and that we are faced with some problems in the area of what electricity maybe the available generation capacity and the will be but we are not able to what generate the last administration before NDC buy omuhu say generation problem no omu ye there omu ye bui we know Ashasis can almost over $600 million. NDC buy and now once is canon so omunya and almost additional $130 million they become so almost about $730 million to give us the 400 or so megawatts. In the minority we dam less than 80 megawatts because in soon I expect the dam no be capture ma ye dia ye ama power na aba no inso no nshedam ba into the dam no biom and they have to even close some of the turbines in order that the omun destroy even dam no completely and the nature there meniwu yen sika 730 million na ye de ko share sa bui no me de nka ebe ma ye 400 megawatts no akoye bibiti de eka because ma ye kanie no
yenya
so mfaso meanwhile wunim sika ye de ko share yen koko enti enne aban koto koko from kwefo no na ye de ko amono ne koton sika no na ye de ko tua for bui eni sika na nka wo expect de ku koton wo koko a nka ebeba na wo de a share economy num no wo de tua ekawa ama ade no so mfa de mfa so bia ye den
white elephant
akoye white elephant na wa san ko pesika wo baby foforo akokra light crude oil na wo de abe power thermal plants were as a generating power and kabuinu were there or the brew. So acquire problem be I buy no face, and these are genuine problems.
But genuine problems nipa na mo demonstration ya who say genuine. I
don't know. Say omu ana omo sheda na omo ye okay in the year 2000.
But what we say obe cancel omu ana so omo sheda. Because we must that petition power holiday and also
I'm picking issue by issue instead more much senka I will pick all the issues.
Okay.
If you are omaka today also katasishene proye. Meaning katasishene proye them are
obeka omampani kufu asem.
Well, mampani kufu kai. Also if we then they should tell him obi complaining the katasishene proye ni too much. Also they should tell him where there is no corruption. Even Asia, London, and then the rest, there's corruption. Now corruption is as old as Adam. Now no, Omo de Breno. Now Omo de Breno, he pinch himself and tell them, like to remind himself that he's a person and go na sanke sikapa dia sikane dia eba wa. Yeah. That was where the Wawa speech. Wow. That's where the Wawa speech was made. In Cape Coast, Namite Hobby, and yet reported to me. Myself, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, Baba Lamin Abu Sadat, Peter Light Kumsen, we refused the 5th president. I representing NDC was a Cape Coast program. So it was before
just a point of interest. What can't ask him where are they?
I looked at him. I said, I thought that a president should not be seen to overly justifying the roots of what corruption, no matter what it is, you should deal with it. And I say, comfort to me to woo the president. Now, omo the brew, because attempting to bribe a criminal. So I did not ban to you the president. I thought that you report Sankrofono to the police for them to take action. Now, who pinch you? Now, we catch them there omunko. Na se omoko another maybe honorable ho and now omoko na ono to man pinch no na ono gia
honorable we pinch no ho
ono to man pinch no na ono gia
me mama for this honorable Mr. Champo the only Mr. Champo honorable akwa ba bi me ba o se
and the assembly ba o enti nka Kenya sa na we there ye kutia katashe no utie mampini mahama
just that point na honorable
mampini mahama o se corruption no or a mass murder no kwe that we have had
description
we have had issues with some department and some agencies ebini jida enem no reka say and a sitting member of parliament or on the majority side or NDC MP or court is being prosecuted in relation to Inyamabia anko ye wo
point in this problems no
problems
no aban
ye hu bibi and we must admit to that. If you go and say that ye hu here look sada some of the decisions be are take here and confirm be feel there enye papa no the board has been dissolved. They are reconstituting a new board. Chief executive now down he has lost his job. A new chief executive has been appointed.
And
the challenge is in there. Okay. That is why I hear to be able to confront them. I expect support from all to be able to be. We are not see there or it's not fair.
Okay. Honorable Akwababim and you shared 1st July. Unyamba and Unya could fika specifically no case about quite a fast way treaty ye januma or more court Joe Mahome when you know and then fast way bit me and free or can wasm and I feel ya ba and that demonstrations was a course so I'm said already over to into a TTV. You may come on for say 1441 question beside and say some more kind no Sansem we in Canada that or memoha. Now we say no are there just an added on. And I say, newspaper because was so much on 1st July, so much on Mumpum. And it was a subedi sound common be. And yeah,
America and for Chopa Kasiaba at T4 say Yakachakra. Namin Sham say Modia Chemi. I mean, from free Amamra, a Tayano, a Brano, a year Ghana, my ma, almost to Sukakra, ya almost no man ye. Mejidi se edebia ye fofida se 1st July ye Republic Memorial Day no. Ye celebrate a ye show monimonyam. Ti mejidi se mampani no ne kwanso ane amamre de ma wo mo no. Eno so ma sebe o musoso ombom paipa e ma oman no. Si ebe konkan omunya kwenya edi tu mpani ti se mampani fo se ne nneema ekono no sanse bia wo mu no ehunu bi penti mo hunu bi pen enti omu suahu ya wone ebetimi de aboa oman no nkan ko media no wo ho no mami nya kwenya kakrati mi nua kofi empempi no ya na ya shatade na ya je ato ye ho so se ye amanyofo no ye ma ye kasa no ya kakra adenti na me se ya enipa nura medi mani kari ya mehwe ya omobo chenku se adwuma sei no mpeso omo ye oye kire no mekwa me hunu se omo nte oye kire no kura se kese esanse se oche oye kire ase na yo mayoni na onim sa kwenya na onka se odi ade bekwa koka se odi bekwa kowura mampani asoye bambo ho nsemsem kura ma wakwenya kura ma o meho se mampani ne so aye bone so onye bone ye obibia eye bambofa oman ne ho nti ye den a ye ma o sa akwenya no ma ho nko bebia obeben a bia ne soafo bi ana ne somafo bi na nsa beka na nkasa mu pa sa obenya ne de ene bia optie na so ye na tena bre ne ade de ye ma akwa ma ho nko mfa no nkamfo nchen kakra mi hu asemo mu kan ya enye no kore e wo ya brabo ayi wo mu sesei e ya mpase enro adanko a ya tutu nsuo ya to kanea mu kofo bi kra de aba a o matu dini a e brofo ka se kan few e ko sku ye spell few a kan no f g w few no unum de f ni jira homa fuel akonya nti amantimi enro hantemi wan so da anaju konkon kope petrol bi antro se ebi beba ha me ebebo a wonya bi ntopo no watimi de chinchini manenim electricity yi ne wo ho water w na sheho sa ne me ya to few mu chese ye how no eu ye how no few no few no kra no wo mo de 20-point resolution wo mo atrim ponsem a wo mo gidi se wo mo de o mani to fom no ne career e how man etete o man e yam pase ye sika ye di no man yi mo no na ho oden so ate e ye tro ana yampa enne ukọ bangia ukobisa se ukikope edwa ukodidwa na akopɛ sika na wiase ye dididwa edoso a amamfo nyina dididwa ye dollar ye sika na ho ɔde ne dollar no ejina sen die ntina oni ne osu a enra no wono bekwa kogina kwan so sebe okra niema enema na okra no amano ne okra free no nya Ghana sika no ne yeje wo ho enti ji so sane sika no odane ani e de $1 ya mpaso odane ani no de $1 ne sika no agibum ayira wode ba ya mpase ye de nhihye ya to ho ye frɛ no physical management of economy fiscal policy no eto gigye ne niema no ya mpase aniema ya gigye ho to na akosoro ya emma wonu ne didwa ne ho henha won ho sɛ be ya wobetumi aboa madwadi na akoso enne enya aban kra ne yi nkrofo adi o ankra adwumayefo enne yi nkrofo adi menimu bia owo mitimi mo adwumako ne din owo telephone company okrom ha adwoda nopa okuduru adwuma ne se osere opani se ka yebo ene adwuma na ayeyo no yesrew yenim se yafomode enhyehyɛ da hɔ a yedi gya nipa kwan gye wokrata ni yenhu adwuma na no ndi wadwuma a wo ye no ebese yedi kan obi de ho no oyo telephone company yinadi okofi amane be no de kɔbɔ oyere ode kɔbɔ ma wo mo dan no oye den no atimi ahwe wo mo tro ana no kore enye me na me begye na mdema no be kana baka tem se ya manyosem udi no eto nkyene a bebia meti kwabenya mepo no so ho matena no konfie dunum nie sebie son sebie nyaado me ma aban mu kra me fan se odi aban etua me kan na otete meto nkakra nsuo a ye pipe nsuo bi nduru hoda muhu bi da ye hu bi da ye to nsuo menni me mpotamu nyina ye to nsuo wonu woni ben ho kakra kra no ebeba ebi abosome ansa na nsuo naba eye no kura asede a enne ya yetimu oman ni mu oha wo man ni mu no nsuo ere totoi wo fo kwan a ye fichiri kwan a ye titare so ya ni nyina so ahurihuri etutu eye no kura ayampa minuanu mo kofi mu aban ye bontoa no one say aban a oye adwuma ma working for you and you be otinchan a sebio onye me MPP kontekro ana MPP ba me de me hunu de aban ye papa no wotena ase aban de so ye adwuma ma mentie ne oba ye adwuma ma yampa yemfa ne saa omo de tumi ahye wonsa me kamese a wo nya ne krachiko da me re ho se Ghana ni ba pa ene da me tie se yesi osoafo abedi e kire se ya kari Ghana sika dwetri e de atena wiemu hyan mu e de ko Brazil akoma footballers
board ye no
me kamese me re ho ye
pictures no bi wo do
ene no kwa chese me undi ntia me re ho ye anye bia ko fiti hoyi wotu kwan wodi boss former president General Rawlings achitu kwan akrobia wu komu a immigration ngoma ofele no yebisa osika ehye ho ansana wo wura kronim esan se ye wo mra ya nyina Ghana akra ye obi afa bibi money laundering mra enti we nyina ye nhihye ye mawunte unya trimupo bi se anamobu ha ye ntukra ye mboso enti na ye mpani se yesoma obanyansafo na yensoma obi akeke emye nne na menim se ye disika hye ye ho edu tukwan kokoma ye ma ana ye mrante mo ne bobo ewiase amama nyo bi enim ntine efre bibi diplomacy no enye bibia na de betudwa yebetibi de ya sumasi dwadie arentina aban no a ewo ho no ojan boho me de bewura mu se ye ne won kita hodie bi ne onya de bewura mu die no onya hu se wura mu die a enya dia obeje won hu si ho to a so oje de obeje enne sike ye huri de free ha ye de sto hwan mu ko ye no yakotu ahoto wo ho Ghana mama e wo ha na etu ahoto wo mu de wo mu nim so mbeka bisa aban se na aban ti sika na adekọ no ganyenye bia wo de yeto no sa sika no nim se nka no so betimi age hoto wo ha ma onya ho si ho de awe wankasa ho ana eno obi kokasa wa ya manyosem weini ni ya ye yo a ye mo manfo tie kire kasa sebio yen ya de wa bedon amanyofo no sebe ye ti bokosofo sa ye kire na fata na mitemi ne ko fi fato ho no de to se ena bui yakotam sika ma baba ye white elephant ye me de na minim so openi esi edu nketia white elephant blocks na wo twa no ye bisa no ka kire so what ye kan conflict of interest se what bui power project board so at the same time wasan ye contractor twa blocks no na minim se e baba ye white elephant na amaye na nka ye tutu ye nyoma yi a sebie son sebie nyaado hwe etoda yankofo ye mfato ho bi a mempese meswa afoafo so asoso esanse sebe abrabo ye bono wo so no wo de enti obi beka se o anye bia adentina wo di me ho ekoto obi ho ampa ye ka Singapore ne kakraka enru te se Ghana nanso anyenye bia no emra Lincoln yumu eso mu emra dodo mo de boa pija oman no ema yete oman na so no me na me yabofra na President Rawlings obidi ade oman yimu odi hihye ni nkyere bi etutu fom a senka otimi egina ne nan so se bema no of the afutupa ebo bra pa hihye ne ma toto ne ma kanya ni se ne abrantikwa timi sore wo ka de ne buso asem bia de kire pani no enne ohawa yeti oman we mu obua eni oman we mu ne kese esane free President Rawlings abreso
den oyeye
ye nanum sebie son omofa ncheme me ma me no tontoma me odwadini ba ye kwa na soja fokura tu gina kwa so ne age ntoma esi yakobo donkome revolution time bre na making na yesika a ema edwija kakra omomo digwa kakra ede akogu bank aban de nsato so sa sika ne ehunu akire bepeme na bio esi ekosisen sika ne yaji sika no na ko abontene lorry station oba penny abasiriwa ne yi na si ho ne bonachi ma yeso oye kalabuli efre bibi foto we dwedini ba te se me obo hu de friend froto eye ewura ene ye dia te se bag ene abefo ye mayo anu de ye na kitekito no na de bo life enum ne de ye kari sika na ye digu anaso de kuhye na sinemu na boso mu no aboso no de akọ esane mai mu aboso mi so mu disika esie na sabre na ye bo sabra no na yeyi sukuu pomufo no ne so akoko na woni kọ woni ba woni agi bibia aboso woni se no ne ye osuahu ene oye kire foforo ne de ba o mayi mu nti beduru ba bi no na de kane obu a ewose de ma mpani no obu na yira nti ene esukọ no masore a onhu pani se pani kura gina ho otoma ne no benkum nifa se no ope bia se be yantete wo fie yie anka ncho se yankasasa yenye saa ne ye na beduru abonten na ade na musa na wo sei na fi ema oman no yegu oman no ho fi ye de no esaba ba bia eya me de ene se menu akufi etumi kase ye nyina yamfa ya dwemra ne nkyira dwempa kwa ebe fa so oman no be ko nanim saa ne de chichire oman nanso ni pani a osom no onya kwanya biara wo ba bia nipa nani san odi kan eye mampani kufo ye woni ko akosombu ya wose mampani kufo na pro oman sikasem emra woni tua judgment debt emma rockshell emi cp sikatuturi die na woni tua no na mampani kufo na hye woni so woni tua sa sika no emra mampani kufo kwa ojayen strategic fuel reserve omo baye na no mu yi na omo de mo nanfofo na omo de ko na omo ye adwuma na omo edisika na gu na omo de ye etuatua ka ehu ni so omo de betua no ema na ebi wo court opani wo yum breso no na ye me ana se mampani kufo na ye so omo nye sa suban no ye to aba na anu ya 2012 aban sika oyi ya eni budget mu aye friend out of appropriation etiamra ebumra so aye deficit 8.7 billion Ghana cedis sabre ni mu no na dollar ni cedi no na nhwan say you na 1:2 in the fancy 8.7 billion na ye use over expenditure in cedi term ya he over $4 billion Ghana ye dwetre ye sen ye timo di sika no aye abrabo e wa bato ho aye ntumi mahum wa ye bepere na bia mitimra se bedwam
size can you be about specifically and as
expenditure no you be na dey na no bubusa me dey na mitima kasa asem kaka that be ukase nipa na dey na
wadi kan kasa
na men kan se me nkire o ade ye kwati din wo he enya ban enwomamu ene be fasa enimde enyu
auditor general's report
of course, not purely only not even only auditor general it's reflected in the budget statement na say this kabia you can't hide it will definitely come or treasury or accountant or controller or Bank of Ghana quarterly reports be out enti be hu say sika say akwasomasi ho akobenti ho mempe adwuma say ye senti ya bia me free no men penifo adwuma emri bi atwa mu no ye gifri wo mo nsem nti mi ankronkra bi ye na adwuma saban ne kodi dwa na se bibi koba so a mempese mese ni pani nti minya bodi na keka na mum di aban a ye nyina ye di eti ne ye honhom ne ye ahye nachi otua na mo na nye fede a eno de meka
okay ma mi sa asem we say nra otie unua o se nsem na nipa na kan nyina no e asem aba na nso so ni nyina nso so no aban etu ho na mo ansa na obeka sa asem no enra bram panimfo no rura Flagstaff House a omode petition omode kwakoma ompani no deputy chief of staff na eje ewura Valerie Sawyer asem o ka kire omo ne se enye se ye nya adwuma o ye ye adwuma de mo ka ho asem ni nyina na ya de a yenim ne momu no ye fa ne se ba maba hai no mo de kire se mo ne ye nyina ba be ka bom na ya ye adwuma nti wono to yensa fra Ghana fo nyina ne se problems na e ho no se problems wo ho a ye nyina ye nka mom na ye nye ho adwuma nti se obi ka sa asem we say ya asem no se na asem wa ka asem na kunu kura no
de ba me Valerie Sawyer simitie na asem o kan na asem o kan ne to asomu ye e kire se obi ye kire enye se ebi a otan ho ana se ompewa ban na ogitu mo se adwenkire na omo be kire ye no e adwenkire bi a e kire se ne o twasa no ibuka kasa bi se de o twasa no o se na chiachia je so bi kire no enti omo ba be kire omo se enema bi chiachia omo chi oda wo mu ase omo hye omodwuma omo ye no mo kena mefo na sem ne so no so afo a wono no a oye yen Minister for Foreign Affairs na se mo ka kire wo mo no na ya reho yi we are deputy chief of staff ono de ono na ye number 1 ambassador ene no mra se bedwam wo se mfoni messages na no send wo social media no eno kra ho mfa so chen wo ye kire no be nante abonten ye no
salo kan e wo ni pana ho na
on your tweet
okay
and another tweet if you're on social media you get it enya me na meka
okay
Kofi enyima chinye upie free ha ko the obonyumafo nyina ho say what was the tweet of the foreign minister why did she a na buy entia omanfo ekika bi kire
no say ye bonu bi no de ye bonu omem ne de mo bonu social media platforms so but fa bopo ho na me text messages
na awo ho say na wo mu ni say ensem anipa na eka no eye ohaw ne atete ye na mu se oman enye me de se meti ha sebe me brobro sansem we so minyaya na nka dwumaso bi aba ye hia nimdifo na me so me kɔ me krom na makofa emranti asebe mo wiesu ko mo nya dwuma nya mo pɛ dwuma da bi o mo de dan me ameso ma besrɛ sɛ me ni buni akofi tie me nim sɛ o wa ban me ba no wasa na nyina ye yo no kofi mo nkwara ba miensa bi o mesrɛ o boa me nyemfo mo pɛ ba bi nhye obɛboa me saa na ye yo no mesimo wa ba mo obɛba meso mɛboa no saa na ye yo no ɛno ne hia
so ba ban num bi
ɛne dene yeso ye bete part ɛno ne ade a ehia sɛ ye de ya dwen be koso kese na nu atimi asi na nye sesebe obi kire ye sesebe ya bodwe wai na ye hwe na ye mpre nimdifo bi no tretre ne man o so oja wasem e ya wode a ya wasem e wa ma e wa ya e ye wo body wo ye no saa o ka chem se fo asem pakodo ye nya de saa
well I remember text message so Adega from Nsawam TK near the other issue number.
Na my interject.
Some crowd can be interject too.
Oh no, ni ha. No ni ha. Me sure. I need to interject. My share that running in.
Na ko fi me ka se mi jiro.
Ma serve notice them pay interjection.
Na me ka se mi jiro. Wonu ya bi minim se nka me money din jiro wa. Oba program bi na wa ye din on kasa. You positive ko hu so kasa de man kasa. Nti I hope say ba ko nyina se hwe. Uvise wanga senti die etwimi ameka bi anyway men ka so onka bi ba mi say mate de waka na
oh you discipline into
text message but ye din komo ye din komo
said you very
ye din komo
discipline
kofi
very disciplined person
kofi loki oba be twetwe oba be twetwe oba din komo uni lo person ye oba so twetwe ni draw wani mu mo hwe NDC old propaganda skills so no demonstrate keep na person bisa no say be ka say only Harry na na president before kan wa one person bisa the exact event na person bisa the exact event in Cape Coast so ati but also no ho dey na ade ya me ya na say be won say na ye bonkru fefefe wa han e bia na makasem bi obi twam na ohwe mfoni ni wanti be bia me kira de na free na be bia me de kosi enti e free be out of context asem wa president before kan ya na o kire mu no enye sa no mafa no o mafa no o mayi o ma pone
I met
Kofi says the other day make my point no we don't know na me
more Bank of Ghana
but me need more Bank of Ghana that no we are disciplined my disciplined person making a point we are now why don't worry I'm not misquoting you I'm not misquoting you I'm not attempting to but
more text message in so if you don't know Cape Coast so you and I were not there
it is not I was there I was
more text message
Kofi wants to say a subject
okay
the matter I am saying say they have taken President Kufuor out of context. It is their stock and trade. They are not doing that.
Okay.
And then they will paint it say, "Sana papa na can say ano can wa copying because a propaganda message." No. He's paraphrasing President.
I have not paraphrased.
He's paraphrasing. I
have not.
Adega from Sawam says that TK catch a MPP for a demonstration and fence you and electricity and Magana ha. Veronica Bolga. Many discussion na ekoso no pa homedam ase okay TK catch Kofi Adams say on feel free na on kan okwe no or say you tell the truth small kwadwo tema TK bisa Kofi Adams say ye wo rainy season mu na we dam enye nsuo emfa empower ana na or say okay na se ose sa da te dia e na se yedu dry season dia ye be den Joe kakra na ebisa sa asem no okay TK indiscipline dia say abaye society no mo papa na nyina ne se yakwa abrofo amamre ene dia ba be frem ose kasa bi ti say wow yeah ni nyina ose wo Russia o ma ban sa me minimum empenfo mu ni bibisa say ye nka wow Russia ene yeah
more a lot of censored regulations.
I see.
Wow, Russia kola ya ko be Facebook right name person kura wunya. So almost filter name bebre.
I see. Well, TK Ghana for a Hunamanepa president on sorry nyina ho na onye adwuma ma Ghana sari omoka no demonstration mu bia no so no no kre concerned citizen adentini e wo oil e wo Ghana enso so ye to power if outside eno na obisa sa de ba be rane ye de be power ye turbine so no ye question obisa no Utu Nelson from Nsawoma Drejiri I was saying na ye kabom I was saying ye nyina ye kabom na ye hwese better Ghana no ye be ye okay now me fancy ase answer na me ko ofi ye bre na ya so de but obeka we say but be person wa address we say so Amanfo bi akotro yi say yes president
me address
is it something we say encourage an anti
winima
be we say pacho wo 3 minutes na
right here me prayer omufri achim area na omoka homo omoko present this petition
kofi sa
yeah what they fail to admit
omufri achim omo ba say
no me kasem Omuka insurance what they fail to admit in the aban buy na nu ya president Mahama ko achime e den no ejuma be no kodi wo ho won ko bu insurance
we curious o
no won ko bu insurance no me can tell there won ko bu insurance enye insurance na ko bu won ko bu insurance wo ho over many years ye nyampeni from that area omontuma ye sa insurance no ho bibia NDC aban under president Mahama omo ye insurance no ho ejuma that is very but minia indiscipline it's unfortunate that honorable Bekania okay look when you running a military system where you are not working with the constitution now hoarding is taking place Yechiwa what they do is that they auction, they sell when you man that and then control price na then or print. That was any legal regime operate at that time. Now no oil fuel hun sembe ya filling stations be omoko hode fuel la omugu dugu gallon numa omutonton man kofo at a higher price na say police for kochu won wo kwabenya area ho be omu ye the one court because that is the legal regime that is operating now. I am really disappointed that honorable Betna Akade the legal regime operating then should not be made to work. But the next point
but legal regime I was saying so much
I hope that because
said such that
but I don't think
so
that
maybe even if the leader of the revolution they are on approval of no so the DBT could not be no one can say
America there were SSCs in the revolution which has been apologized for. There were SSCs for and remember they make into the SSCs but obi biara oye na jin the all hold at that time no say wo hold the kerosene na soldier for ba no be catch on there no ni pay wa hold the kerosene wo ne tank no ma on ton no mu ko gina nipa no so ma o ton kerosene ma kurumba nyina ma obi nya bia is it a bad thing
e no dey nya bad but we gwa kerosene we no ka ho
that is where those are the SSS
okay
those SSS happen they happen in almost many revolutions but you don't say that SSS no instill indiscipline inca yena sra phone ko peacekeeping they be Ghana na ye excel because a lot of discipline was introduced into the system. Hana tete any tweet now okay and it's part of the Hana say almost social media campaign now was more successful than the demonstrations. Hana kai. But of course she was tweeting and interacting with people. A massive social media campaign. One ni wa obeju there. Mia will be so massive. So she is also informing her followers that the social media campaign was more successful than the demonstration itself. When even was asking boni ben na ewo sasa nipa no be ka dey asama amurezi ye no are no issues but let me just move on to look imports in ha me no work say ebro Ghana ye self sufficient in maize
sir
yetumi duam ebro a ye hia no wo man no no ye self sufficient in maize today
into yenkra biem
yenkra ebro
oh really
we don't import maize again into this country that is a desired investment of government. Yes, save you save emo importation by 40%. Sugar, Commander Sugar Factory Gui. In Brazil, Phobia ba mo be take over Commander Sugar Factory. In Chebiano, production na chance. Ye sugar ye be no Ghana. Yes, and ye den import sugar biom. And the sika ye dey import sugar no ye be service as can no Ghana. Eye anamo aban route. Now we are the deputy prime minister of Mauritius by no on in aban signing agreement to invest another $250 million
so
in sugar.
The point is
Ade American there aban no to anamo. Oh yeah juma that is the only way yen sidi no benya honde look tiki
ya brano so ntino ye me ani na kwan say saniema na o ka say aban ye ni na e ba be reflect so that one say e de bi ho aye kra e be kaka ye nkra bi nti saniema ye kan na no be ka say be ba form
sidi ahonde no ntumi nkote na Flagstaff na Bank of Ghana nka de sidi gina ho na sidi ninjina ho out of these initiatives wo krania ma de bre wo man ma wo be nya dollars akoto won sanen krana senyama no wo no wo man ma then wo sika no enya hondin look Ghana look at our population
entim de embre pa beba yes na person kana ana abampo
meba ho wo be no my last 2 points last 2 points wo ma me kwa ka me we say last 2 points look Ghana we are bounded by Togo Burkina Faso and La Côte d'Ivoire.
Point 1
sa amani nyina no mu use common currency obi wo Ghana hanaka upede wudi joa with even when they bring countries go there where then we scan into another currency meanwhile obi a ofri Togo no obotuma ko Burkina kedi joa without changing the currency ofri Burkina ko Côte d'Ivoire without changing so the city is facing a lot of stress.
Okay.
It's facing a lot of stress. Nigeria, with all their huge population, Naira is facing the same stress. What South Africa rammed? One using within that area is facing a lot of stress. It could have been worse. Look, in 2007, redenomination. Redenomination. Now, one city was stronger than $1.
And then
before our buy no be free, so in 2008, less than 1 year, now you the one city, 30 pesos, now you the cotton $1.
So is the point to say,
so
system
it's a system, okay. And that economic system is what the government is solving by investing in production in rice, so that we import sugar, maize, and all that.
Okay, honorable. Yes, see a system, no.
Economic system, your President Mahama or the bio.
Okay.
He is helping to correct it.
Honorable Pacho Bremun. Also, a church will be a mount.
So, reho. Na reho sem ne sen. Ne candia, ne careful. Na ne yo. A hona sem ne wo.
Come to me here.
Yen to me your crime, yen ye breso. Huh? Crude oil, nenam $147 per barrel.
How many days did he say?
How
many days
Kofi me indiscipline. Me spokesperson for former president. Me diplomatic spokesperson. Yo, or no, diplomatic spokesperson cry or kill me.
Ye twaso.
And nupo. To me edibi noa enyama hoden edema omanfo ema yeso kanea abusuafo no mo ka kire en say bui I white elephant. This is a classical example of mismanagement. 100%
mismanagement.
And then answer me re hoye.
It's only a mismanagement.
Me do bro papa. Kofisi enkra bro ma we mu bio o da me fa no ngo me nko sa statistics ne kura so me ba dwa ma so enne
but honorable
vegetables take mama kasam chiro
okay
a plus me kasam ne plus me I believe in operation feed yourself e kwa be fa so yanka se betumi ahwe ye ho ene na bebo me nya bibi kakra gu oboto na da bia adu sika koton kofo ne ma wo be da nya bi ahye ho e so obisu beto bi fi ho na so nya bi adi that I believe in manufacturing that is the only way we can grow this country now ye ko ye nim no vegetables ye crep free Burkina South Africa kwa Burkina heya ye crep free abane sentia how we managing our agri sector this economy and to say ye hu oil na no ya no and it is still a predominantly a major agrarian economy e dia na ban hye be na ban dey to form awo ye di mass cocoa spraying buy no bisa kofi mu say mass cocoa spray ekoso anase egu ni yo no na meka say ne kan efo ne yo ne ho na nkyeremu ne wo e kwan a mo be fa so a mo be yo no me pesa cheap analysis no this is a rhetorical question. I'm not asking you to give me an answer. No, let me make my progress. Don't do this banter with me, Kofi. I'm too expert in that. Don't go to that. I didn't ask you. I said that is very rhetorical. Minka say you mano. It's been given. Minka say Messi onu no mbisa. Minka onu mbisa wa unti Messi onu no mbisa. Messi onu no mbisa. Minka say how will I mbisa? No, let me make progress. America say won say ya good day we no say ubona say yeso for abro be ewo say ontimi ntrafa akodi so huri bam ya make an say ekwan ya nuano ebehwe no ma atim aduma na ye dia se om say omupu omumpeo mpeninsi ye dijawa na ye dia so ekwan on be fa so betimi ama Ghana for ye ho ahehan na hia yen say na omukika na ukomu a statutory payments no the bema health insurance for ho ahehan kakra wo musika eto na yagege na enko sanke ni papa mu a ena nko mu ye ni enko mu nkan tem se VAT o masa atwe asense so e kontum prensa me na me se ne ka efo ne yo ne akom ne nkyere onye no na onye akom ne nkyere mu no well
the VAT
so for
do things well because let me tell you I have
did you withdraw?
we were not against it in principle
but you increased
we were not against it in principle we increased it because we needed to do so and it is students it is students
okay
but the way you do it the way
you wada kafi bagida ba oba ye kasafa esi ntina enam ye nemu enkomo na ye di no nemu me asamba kwa matene na amani ajepa ne se ye crab vegetables ekire me se e wo se me so me ko pass ase na me sati na me dua vegetables no bi na me so me to bi house of seeds Mami data. Mami acknowledge me. Okay. He's your only reference. This is yes, sorry. Mr. Champon and Kofi Adams said house of seeds so do things well. Let me tell you. I have
did you withdraw?
We were not against it in principle.
But you increased
we were not against it in principle. We increased it because we needed to do so. And it is students. It is students.
Okay.
But the way you do it, the way
kafi bagida ba oba ye kasafa esi ntina enam ye nemu enkomo na ye di no nemu me asamba kwa matene na amani ajepa ne se ye crab vegetables ekire me se e wo se me so me ko pass ase na me sati na me dua vegetables no bi na me so me to bi house of seeds